Hi guys, I'm Leanne with divaofdiy.com, and many of you have been following me and you know we've got this lake house reveal coming up. Today is Wednesday, August 31st. Sorry, we've still got construction going on here. The reveal is on Saturday the 3rd, so I have, 3 days basically to get everything done, and there's still so much to do. What I'm working on right now is painting some of my furniture that I've been accumulating for the house. And part of that, and I'm sure you guys can completely relate, is I didn't really know what colors I wanted to do until I got the other pieces of furniture in. So I had this big farmhouse table at my other house. And the funny thing is, when we bought this, I've had this for probably 20 years, and when I bought it, it has leaves on the side, and I thought to myself, I'm never going to have a place big enough to put these leaves, and I was so excited when it actually fit with the leaves put in it. So it was this golden oak, you know, that orangey color, which you all probably can relate to. And with the theme of this house going more farmhouse chic, rustic, modern, I don't want this look. Now, I still love the look of the distress and the wormholes, but I'm going to paint the furniture. So I just thought maybe I would share this little tutorial with you. We're using my Diva of DIY chalk mix, and with that, you can use any type of paint that is satin or lower in sheen. So I'm actually using my leftover ceiling paint. My phone's going off too, so just ignore it, sorry. And I'm using the color White Dove, which is a Benjamin Moore color. It is 0C-17. It's not a bright white, it's actually a kind of a, I don't even want to call it creamy. It's not an antique white by any means. It probably will look white to the naked eye, but it's just a warm white. And I mixed it. I had just about 2 cups left in my can here. So the recipe is 1 cup of latex paint with 4 tablespoons of my chalk mix. So I did, I doubled that for this recipe. You put a little water in there, and then now I'm just painting it. So I lightly sanded it with 220 sandpaper to get the sheen off of it, and then I just cleaned it. I would typically use like a peso or a deglosser or a crud cutter type product, but I'm here and I didn't have any, so I just used dishwashing soap and water just to clean it, so I knew it was nice and clean and matte. And so once you've done that and you've got your mix and you're all ready, then now I'm just painting it on. Super easy. Don't try to cover it all in one coat. I think that's a mistake a lot of people make. Now, this is really pretty. You can leave these kinds of looks like this, but if you're planning on covering it all because you want it to be, like, I don't want orange showing through. My floors, Terry, can you show them my floors just a little bit? Sorry, my floors are, they are distressed red oak, but I used a stain of 50% Jacobean, 50% classic gray, so there is 0 red in it. So I want no orange, no red in my table. So I will be covering all of this. Point being, this does have pretty darn good coverage. But what I want you to see is, if it does not cover, and I've got grooves and wormholes and all kinds of things like this, put a coat on, let it dry, lightly buff it, then put a second coat on, because there's nothing worse than just flooding it with paint, and then when you go to lightly sand it and clean it, or sand it and seal it, you don't want a clump to come off. I would rather know that light coats, you're gonna get that good bonding. So I'm gonna leave it just like that. That's my 1 coat that I have on there. Once it's dry, you can take like a fine sanding block. I actually use these little buffing pads. Let me grab it real quick, sorry.
While you're doing that, Tony says hi.
Hi, Tony.
Anika says hi.
I'm seriously
Aunt Donna is watching,
I wish-
and Grandpa is watching.
I wish you guys could all, well, oh, Grandpa, Donna, like my Aunt Donna?
Yep.
Okay, well, I may see them this weekend. But for those of you that are far away, I wish you guys could all come up here. Hopefully, we will be able to show it all to you vicariously through the web. That's awesome. But, so anyway, this is let's see. Here's a part that's already dry. When you first use the chalk mix, it does feel a little bit abrasive, but that's okay, because we're using, this is just a 220 sanding sponge, and all it's gonna take is that, and now it feels so smooth. What's really important is if you were to do that and it went back to the original finish, then there's a bonding issue. You may need a bonding primer. Not all things work with everything. So this chalk mix, even though it's designed to work over most substrates, you never know when you pick up a piece at a garage sale or at a flea market, you don't know what's on it. If there's oil on it, like Old English or Orange Glow or wax, this stuff won't stick. I mean, not long term. So by doing multiple coats, if it comes off, then you know you've got a bonding issue. We clearly don't have one here. Now, if you want to distress it back to that color, just get a higher grit sandpaper. So this is 220 sanding sponges. You can do one of two things. You can wet it, and that will reactivate it to pull it back, or you can get a higher grit, like 150, and get it back. I will tell you, we learned the hard way, this stuff sticks like nobody's business. So if you get your 2 coats on and you think you're gonna wait a couple of days, how long did we wait, Terry? I mean, that was really only like 24 hours when we tried to distress that.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
If you wait more than 24 hours, you're gonna have to use some serious elbow grease to get back down to the original coat. So I like to work smarter, not harder. So once I get that on, within 24 hours, I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna distress it back or wax it or whatever. Now, this is a bench for the table. I think I've told all of you, I've mentioned multiple times, I'm not a wax fan on pieces of furniture that are used a lot. Now, if it's a chest of drawers or something that's more vertical in surface, wax away. But if you're using a table that's gonna have kids and cups and things that are gonna sweat.
Lake water.
Or a bench. I mean, when I think about chairs and I think about swimsuits and even just like all the bedazzled jeans that everybody has now, and scratching it, you need the hardest possible sealer that you can use. For me, I have found that I like Modern Masters Master Clear Supreme, and you can get that in a matte or you can get it in a satin. That's my personal preference. I use it out in the field, I use it exterior, interior, and you should be able to get that at like a, it's typically a Benjamin Moore retailer, or you can order it online at Modern Masters, and I am not being sponsored by them, that's just what I like. But if Modern Masters wants to sponsor me, I'd like some Master Clear Supreme. Just thought I'd disclose that. That's just what I like. You can use a polyacrylic, which you can get at Home Depot. It's Minwax polyacrylic. It's in a blue container. I don't think it dries quite as hard, but it's something you can get today. And then I wouldn't use a polyurethane just because it does have a yellow cast, and especially in a house like this that is all windows, eventually this white will orange or yellow.
Okay, so, Tony wanted to know what's it called again?
The one I like is Modern Masters, which you guys have probably heard of. They're mostly known for their metallic paints. It's called Master Clear Supreme. I think we'll take a picture of it and put it on.
We could put it in the comments too.
We'll put it in the comments because I have it here to do. It's just in the garage, and I really don't want you guys to see my butt when I walk away, so I'm just gonna sit here like this. My butt's growing since this project. I have been eating lots of fast food, so I don't want you to see my big butt. So anyway, I am going to finish doing this. I'm going sleek, clean, white. I may eventually use the dirty wax. My favorite color is the mud pie. I may eventually do something like that. But here's the thing. You can always start with clean and then wax it later. So you can always put wax over the Master Clear Supreme or your top coat. What you don't want to do is put a top coat over your wax. So what I can do is, let's just say I decide later down the road that I want to wax it. You can wax over the top coat, and that's what will keep that durability, because you'll already have that bonding the hard clear coat first. What you don't want to do is wax it and then say, oh shoot, this isn't durable enough for me, now I want to clear coat it. Because you know, like a crayon, remember when you did in school and you would put crayon and then do like a rub and it wouldn't stick? That's because crayon has wax, and nothing sticks to wax. So that's my spiel. We may do a few more Facebook Lives today, but for now I'm painting this. I've got a buffet with some crystal knobs I'm going to paint today. Got a table I'm going to paint today.
Are you staining that one or painting it?
Oh, I'm staining the table. Yeah, I'm staining the table. Oh my gosh. Actually, I'm kind of getting overwhelmed just thinking about it. So I'm going to let you guys go for now, and maybe we'll check back later. If you have any more questions, let me know, but I'll go get that can and have Terry do a snapshot of it so you guys can see if you can find it. And I'm sure you can get it. I'm sure Amazon has it. I'm sure I can get you an affiliate link if you would like, or a Amazon link if you need one for some modern Masters Clear Supreme.
That's what I was thinking. If Tasha's watching you, she's going to be texting you.
Exactly, saying, provide a link, provide a link. Okay, we'll show you some more sneak peeks later because the furniture's being delivered and it's just, there's a lot of fun, cool stuff going on. Thanks, guys.